Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in once again. As you can see, it's another story time. This time it's gonna be funny again. So who said the first one was funny? But also don't mind my nails. Chill. I'm just like trying to wait till they fall off and then I'll do them again. And two ways. I just want to say I have some updates, some sad news. The petition that I created, it got over well, this is good news. It had over 1,000 signatures, and I emailed like the mayor, the prime minister, premier, and the Africville Heritage Trust. No one got back to me, obviously. I did it more than once. And turns out over Easter weekend, the Africville Heritage Trust got rid of the trailer. They didn't tell the family. No one knew until they went down and seen it was gone. I'm just so upset because why are you doing that? And you got the nerve to have Africville in your name or whatever. Why would you do that? And the people at the museum said that they got rid of the trailer for safety reasons. What safety reasons? Like, tell me, like, what is dangerous? It's a trailer. Like, where did the audacity come from? How could you do that without consulting the family? Or at least be like, can you come remove the trailer? Like, why are you taking it upon yourself? That has nothing to do with the museum. It's not in the way. It's not blocking it. So if that's dangerous, so is the museum. Like, I just can't believe it. We're going to continue to protest, and I do hope that they put it back, because what are you doing? Like, why are you touching people's stuff? And you say that you care so much and all this and that, but there's what you're doing right after he died. And the thing is, the woman who's like, I don't know, the leader, whatever, she's not even from Africville. Don't get me started. And got the nerve to be like the spokesperson. Bye. And I'm a little like not ashamed, but I feel guilty because I shook hands with her, because I didn't know that she had these bad intentions. That's not cool, bruh. Like, you're not tough. Put the trailer back. And I'm gonna keep emailing. I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing it over and over. Anyways, so today's video is gonna be, it's still like a story time, but it's gonna be a bunch mixed in one. It's just about like my jobs. And I had so many jobs. I swear I lived 1,000 lives. I said it before. So it's gonna be like a mixture of all the crazy jobs I had. But before we get into the video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on my socials, Naybiz1Z on Instagram, Naybiz3Zs on TikTok. And let's get right into it. It's gonna be like my job history. My first job was at a hair salon that my mom worked at. I was in high school still. I worked only Saturdays, right? Was I in high school? I was going into grade 12, yeah. I only worked Saturdays there, but I had the job for so long, and so I would only make $80. Like, what? I would use that for the whole week. Like, I don't know what I was doing. That's crazy. But yeah, like, I can't even say too much. But I was bad. Anyways, yeah, those are the days. I used to take my $80, and then once I got out of high school, I would go downtown, and I would still have that job and take that whole check downtown. But then I would still leave with some money. Like, what? That's crazy. Oh my god. I don't know if it was my second job, but it was like a competitor. So I had to price match. I had a device and I had to go into stores. I couldn't say who I was working for, but I had to, like, there was a specific list and I had to get the prices from the stores that that they would send me to. And I was always at No Frills, like Wise Road. That's why I don't even care where it's at. I hate No Frills. Like, I can't stand it because I was there. First of all, I don't even know what I was doing. And I didn't like it so much. I used to just be like, whatever I could find, I would like scan it, cool. But whatever I couldn't find, I would lie and say that it wasn't there. I didn't check. Like, I just hated being there. And it was like I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I would have another job. So I was like, I can't do it some of those days. And plus, I used to bus. And I used to live in Cole Harbor. And it's all the way down by the bridge. Like, what are you doing? And so I always had like 2 jobs. And then I was like, okay, I need another job. But how? So I had another job. And then once, like, it was like 3 months in, and then my my manager from the second job, not that one, but the second job, was like you gotta choose. And so I just end up quitting that one and then just working still the No Frills or whatever job, and then the second one that I got, or the third one that I got. But yeah, I hated that so much. And the deadline was like Sunday at 11, and I would always be so tired, and I would wake up and it'd be like 11, and I'd be like, oh no, my due date. I would do it all the time, bro. Oh, like, that's so annoying. Like, just do your work or don't. But, like, stop playing. Yeah. I was killing that. The second job in that thingy, I don't know if I can say this. I'm gonna just say it, and if I can't, then I'll cut it up. But, so, I had this friend, and she used to swipe her nose swiping, right? And so, she told me, she was like, bruh, and it was Christmas time. She was like, bruh, just fill up your cart, leave it, like, somewhere, and I got you. And I was like, shit, if I do it, okay. And so I did. I left it, like, around the bend or something. And then I seen her. I told her where it was. She came to the cash. And we we just yeah, she bought the stuff. Yup. And I printed the receipt. Like, I rang everything in and then voided all of that. I mean, I rang everything in, and then she only had to pay like $2, and yeah, and then she left with the stuff. And I'm telling you, it wasn't just a little bit of stuff. It was like Um, what were they? The hoverboards. Dude, oh, she bought a lot of stuff that day. Like, that's what's up. That's what's up. No, but that was terrible. That's terrible. I think they're out of business or something, so it don't matter. Whatever. No, but God forgive me though. I shouldn't have been doing that. But, you know. Bro, there was this one time. Oh my gosh. I got a job at UPS. And it was 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. Yeah. Bro. So, you know how, like, normal training, they were supposed to train us for 2 weeks. We got trained for 3 days. Trained. And then we were expected to know everything. And so I was like, okay. Mind you, we had to wear steel toe boots. I bought these boots tight. And they were not being breaking in. Like, it was just so tight. And then I remember, that's back when I was shy too. So we had to, like, was it unload? It was either load or unload a truck and then put it on, like, a conveyor belt. And certain postal codes had to go, like, far, and then some didn't, whatever. Like, there was a group of postal codes that, like, each truck took. So it must have been loaded, yeah. And the guy who was training me, he was nice the first day. Third day, he was like, come on, like, yelling at me. I was like, okay. Like, I was stressed. And then when I left, I said, turns out I don't have to go back. They never see me again. It was the third day, never see me again. Like, I was like, oh, no, not Smith. Because I'm not. Like, I'm no one's dummy, bruh. Like, what? And feet hurt. And I was like, this ain't even tough. No. And then something like that. Well, it happened again. Not, like, close after, but years later. I applied to Amazon. And that's when, like, Amazon was paying, well, I don't know what they pay now, but, like, the pay was better than any other job. So, mind you, it was during COVID. Was it? Yeah, because it was during COVID. We got trained in the classroom. I think it was it might have been a week, but it was in the classroom, right? It's cool. And then when it was time to go on the road, they were like, oh, because of COVID, no one can train you in the truck. Huh? So the routes that we had to take, you just had to figure it out. Like, what? And I didn't even have, like, the new people, I guess, didn't have Amazon truck. I had a U-Haul. Like, what? And I thought, the first day I thought I was doing good. Nope. They had to have someone come help me. It was like, I think it was 10 o'clock at night. And I only had a few left, but it was just hard. Like, you can't really find the places easily. And some of the instructions were, like, unclear as what you can do. The people in the building were rude. They're like, you can't go inside and all this stuff. I remember this one lady, she was like, are you here to deliver? Well, you can't go inside and you can't park there. Bro. And well, if you know me, you know, like, I'll only take so much and I'm gonna be rude back, or guess what? I'm done. I'm going home. Come get your truck. Like, I'm not playing them games. And then one time I went freaking home for lunch because no one said you couldn't go home for lunch. They didn't say any instructions. Like, there was nothing. And so I went home. My route was by the mall, and my home was like by Waverly. So it was not that far, but it was off route. I get a call and they were like, I see you're off the route. I was like, oh yeah, I'm home for lunch. They were like, you need to stay on the route. I was like, but I had to heat up my lunch. They're like, well, you have to either buy lunch or get something that's not like microwavable, heat up, whatever. I was like, well, it'd be nice to know that beforehand. Like, why didn't you say that? And I was going off. And I think that I don't know if they put microphones in the truck, but great. After that, I was too fired. They were taking me off the schedule day by day. And I was like, what's happening? They weren't answering me, no nothing. And then finally, like, I think it was like 5 days later, someone was like, oh, you're no longer with us. You're not really a good fit. Like, no one said anything. It was so weird. It was so weird. I know that it wasn't good for me because that was too much. And then it was like 10 hours a day. And if you're not finished, you have to, or no. When you're finished, you have to go help someone else. Like, you're not really done. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, hun. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I was always cursing, like, I was like, this stupid effing stupid job. I hate this mother job, stupid job. Mind you, I was only there, like, after training for 3 days. It loves 3 days. But, no, I knew I wasn't gonna last because that's not what's up. Like, I remember this other job I had. I actually stayed there for like, I think, like 3 years. When did I start? It was like 20. I think it was 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I stayed there. And it was cool, but it was like a call center. Even, like, it was so annoying, though. Like, first of all, like, it was for newspapers or whatever, but not here. It was in Vancouver. And I was like, why do you even have a freaking subscription to a newspaper? Like, who cares? Like, what are you doing? And you're paying for that? Like, what are you doing? Anyways, I think they went out of business too. So I remember one time, top of the morning, bro. I wasn't in the mood. Like, I'm tired. This woman called. She was like, I already paid my subscription. I don't know why I'm getting another notice in the mail. I was like, oh, if you already paid, then just disregard that. It probably came when it probably was already sent and then you paid and it still arrived because it's the mail. Like, hello? And got the nerve to be adults, like, and you don't know how the mail works or nothing? Or bills? It's not an email. It's not online. It's the mail. So if you paid for it while it was already on its way, it's still gonna come. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, yeah, just disregard it. She was like, really? Yes. If you already paid, just disregard it. They always send 2 notices. She's like, no, this is ridiculous. What'd she say? She was like, this is insane. And she kept going on bad. And I just had enough. And this is when I was shy still. But she was like, no, this is insane. Like, this is insane. It's gotta stop. I said, I mean, it's not insane. And she was like, excuse me? I said, you said it's insane. It's not insane. It might be annoying. It's just not insane. I said that verbatim. And she was like, what's your name? I said, Naomi. She was like, well, Naomi, I just don't like getting 2 notices. Okay. And I was like, yeah, so you can just disregard it. You can throw it out, throw it in the trash. She hung up on me. I don't give a damn. And like, we weren't supposed to, obviously you're not supposed to hang up on people, but like, if you're getting too rowdy, like I used to be like, click, goodbye. You're not gonna be yelling at me. It's not happening. And I know nowadays they don't go for that. Nah. But at that same job, I remember like I wanted to get out of there, and I had an interview. I was in French immersion since grade primary all the way to grade 12, right? And so like I would always have the confidence that I could do well in a French interview. Bruh. So I had a phone interview one day while I was at work. So when it was that time, I ran to the front. Mind you, I was in like the entrance of work. The phone interview was in French. No, please. Wait. It was in French. And they were like asking me questions and like why I want the job and stuff. And I froze. I was like, she was like, she was like, hello? Hello? And I was like, and then I just hung up. And then she called back. And I was like, like, stop. Hung up again. And then she emailed me. She was like, I think we got disconnected, blah, blah, blah. I was sweating. And heart beating so fast. I was like, bruh, like, I can't do this. No. What's my problem? Oh my gosh. And one time I had an interview in French. And I could understand them perfectly fine. I was like, can I just answer you in English? And she was like, no. Like, what? Bro, what? Like, stop. Clearly you can't speak French, girl. Like, I can, I just get nervous. And then I'm just nervous of my accent in the verbs. But I could just practice, or better yet, don't apply. And for that same job, I remember I just had enough. I went to McDonald's and I was sitting there eating. I was like, I'm going home. And then I just left and never went back. Like, sometimes your free will got to kick in. I'm not trying to be miserable. And I was young and turned. Like, I don't have to be here. Bye. Hi, baby. Hi, Nance. Oh my gosh. And this time was like after the Amazon thing. Clearly I got issues with delivery things. Like, just stop. I had to use my own car. Aww. So cute, baby. I don't know if you can see Ricky here. Anyways, I had to use my own car. It was like this delivery side job thing, whatever. And I didn't last very long. Once again. Give it up. But I went where was it? All the way to Fall River. And it was this freaking stormy night. Like, it seemed like a movie, bruh. And so I had to deliver a package, and the address was like way up on a hill, and it was gravel. So whatever. So I went up the hill, dropped it off, but my dumb behind, instead of turning around and driving down like front ways, I backed down. And I started slipping. I mean, either way, I probably would have slipped in. But, like, I would have had more control. I started slipping. And I'm telling you, it was thunder and lightning, raining like nothing you've ever seen before. So, it just seemed like such a movie. I was like, wow. I started slipping into a ditch. And, like, I really thought I was gonna, like, crash and die. Like, but I had to like maneuver the car so that I like parked into the ditch. My car was like this, and so I was like, oh my gosh, middle of nowhere, mind you, and my phone was dying. So I got and a UPS driver was driving. So I got out, and I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna see my car and stop, and I waved like this. They zoom right on past. Said, I got a deadline to meet. No, but I was too ashamed, and then I was getting so mad, and I was calling all around, but I was so like, I was like, just come, like, I'll send my location, just come. But too many questions had me hot. I was hanging up on everyone. I said, just come, bruh. Stop. I'll answer the question when you get here. Just come. Where are you? Blah, blah, blah. I will send the address and the location. Just come, bruh. I was getting so mad. But how's it their fault? But anyways, and then the person across the street from the place that I delivered came and it was a man, right? And I was like, oh, here we go. And he was like, you okay? Like, it just seemed like such a movie, and I was like, clearly not. Like, my car's in there. He was like, do you want to come inside? It's really wet. In my head, I was like, this is it. But yes, I too went. I didn't care. Like, if anything happened, that's terrible to say, but like, I was like, nothing could be worse than this, I guess. And if it's my time, it's my time. Like, I went inside, but he was so nice. He was trying to help me get it out. I had to call AAA, what, AA? So batteries. Yeah, I think it's whatever. They had to come tow the truck. And then all of a sudden, like, once the tow truck and my mom came and all this and that, then people wanted to stop. And then the people that lived at the place where I delivered to, they end up coming outside. The man was so mad. Not at us, but like at the tow truck for messing up his gravel. It gets to the ground. Doesn't matter. But yeah, and then when I did get out of there, like when they pulled the car out, ever since it would make this squeaky noise when I would drive. Like, so embarrassing. But I didn't need like it didn't really affect it. The car was fine. It just made that squeaky noise. And then I got a new car. But yeah, clearly delivery jobs are not for me. So just quit it. And then, okay, this last one was the job before the one that I have now. It's kind of sad, but okay, I had this manager, and he was cool in the beginning, everything cool, and then one day he just seemed off, but like, he was young, he was younger than me, and so I was like, something ain't right, but whatever. He would take these long breaks, like, what are you doing? And he would lie. Well, not lie. I don't know. He would say he was going to drop off the deposit to the bank. And I'm thinking, like, the bank's far or something. just down the street. It was down the street. And then he would be like, oh, I don't go to that one because the line's always long. I went there twice, never a line. And so one day I came in and the market manager was there talking to him. They had every book out, like every finance thing out. Like it was all around. I was like, what's going on? But they were being like whispery. No one was saying nothing. And then he went to the back, came back, and he was like, bye. And he left. He was fired right on the spot that day. Like, that was crazy. And turns out like he had a gambling addiction and he was drinking on the job in the back. Oh my gosh. It was so sad. Like, I think about him often. I hope he's okay. But I wonder, like, did he get arrested? Oh, and the kicker, well, it's not funny, but I believe, I'm not sure if it's 100%, but I believe he was stealing from the company. And, well, he was, but I think that he was taking the money from the deposits and maybe gambling with it. And that's why it was taking him so long when he dropped the deposit. But that was crazy. And I feel like they investigated him because I was a rat. Oh, I snitched. But it was only because I felt like I was doing the most. And he messed with my money a couple times. Like, that was just terrible. And one time I went off. Because, like, it's one thing, okay, whatever. But, like, I'm working to make money. I ain't no volunteer, no nothing. So, have my money on time or I'm leaving. Like, what? And I'm getting paid for the day. But, yeah, so for Thanksgiving, I think, or Christmas, one of them, they gave out free turkeys and you would have to go get them from the other company, like the sister company. And he was supposed to do that, but he didn't do it. And so everyone who like was put their name down for the turkeys, if I didn't go do it because I went to go do it, they wouldn't have their turkey because it was a holiday and you know how that goes. So I volunteered to go do it. I got everyone's turkey right on time for their celebrations. And I like emailed HR and I was like, he's like falling off. Like, I don't know what's going on. Something ain't right. He seems like off. And he'd be taking hours going to the bank. And then boom, they investigated him. Turns out all that was happening. I feel bad, but like, and then that job didn't work out. But I actually liked working there. It was very fun. That's all I can think of for now, but there's still so much more. I had so many freaking weird odd jobs. And like, I was always doing the most. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm so tired. I don't know if you could tell. It is 3 a.m. I'm going to bed. But thank you for watching. I hope you like this video. Comment down below if you want to see anything more. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget, follow me on my socials. Neighbors1Z on Insta, Neighbors3Zs on TikTok. So you. And yeah, have a blessed week, and I'll see you in the next one.